Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the NFLA. It's playoff time. I'm Brooksee, he's Calvo. We are your favorite NFL loving Canadians. So here we are, it's 2026. It is the new year, but I haven't talked to you much in 2026. Playoff time on the cusp. But aside
Mhm.
from that, what do you got going on this year so far?
Oh man, feels like been busy.
Yeah?
Businesses are amalgamating in my work life. I just started playing mixed volleyball again, so realized tonight how fat and out of shape I am.
How
So that's
unathletic you
wonderful.
actually are?
No. Let's not go that far. Still athletic, just out of shape. But yeah, outside of that, not much, man. Just trying to enjoy life as much as possible. What have you been up to?
I've just been kind of getting ready. I got my cruise coming up a week and a half. I leave, so if the Eagles make it to the NFC Championship, I'll be watching that game aboard a cruise ship.
Nice.
So I got that coming up. The Emo's Not Dead cruise. Can't wait for the. Oh, man, so many good bands on this boat, buddy. That's gonna be
Pretty
a
good
blast.
stacked lineup
Oh
for
my
sure.
God, yeah. You're gonna have a great time down there, sailing the high
Nice.
seas. We're gonna dock in Mexico for a day as well. Plan some fun little excursions. Really, I just kind of want to lay on the beach with a drink in my hand most of the day, but I'm sure we'll find
Nice.
some fun stuff to get up to too.
And even if we're not your favorite non-American football loving Canadians, that's too bad. We're here anyways.
No,
And
we're
who
everyone's
knows?
favorite.
Maybe on the ship you can plug us on there. Maybe you'll even run into a fan of ours, a good old Bravonian.
One of one of our many subscribers. I'm sure I'll bump into a fan, guaranteed.
1 of 10.
Yeah. Uh, okay,
Nice. I'm
man.
jelly though. I'm jelly.
What else? What else we want to chat about here before we get into football? Anything else happening in life or what?
No, man. I'm pretty bored. Got some stuff coming up with good synopsis. We got a jam coming up next weekend.
What? What? You
Uh,
didn't tell me that. What? What?
Yeah, first jam of the new year, introducing a new band member. So,
Fuck yeah, homie. Who?
like I said, it's our buddy Jimmy. Known him from high school and previous, but dude's got a phenomenal
Oh, you told me
voice.
he's gonna be on the keys, eh?
Gonna play the keys, got a
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal voice. So looking forward to having him aboard. And like I've kind of mentioned in a couple episodes, hopefully some new music coming in the new year. So
Yeah,
looking
man.
forward to that. So we got to start with step one and get him introduced and familiar. So
Yeah, absolutely.
good
That's gonna
times.
add a nice new dynamic to the band too, having the keyboard and some more backing vocals. Hell yeah.
For sure. It's
You
always
guys
good
already have a pretty dynamite sound, so
have a three-part harmony is always nice. So,
hell yeah.
and who knows, maybe this cruise will spark you to pick up an instrument yourself.
I've had a guitar for like 15 years. It's just sitting in my closet. I got to teach myself to play it at some point. I know. I know.
It's because you're backwards. It's lefty.
Oh, is that why?
No,
Jimi Hendrix, brother.
I know. Great. I tried to play it once and didn't go so hot.
No, no, I remember that. Yeah.
The
All
brain
right.
doesn't think in reverse like that. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I mean, could you just play it I guess you could. No, I guess you couldn't. I was
You
gonna say,
could, but everything would be upside down, right? So
yeah,
like,
you could
kind of
adapt.
awkward to. Yeah, you could adapt, but I wouldn't want to play like
But when
that
you
for a
get
whole
used to
show.
playing it normally for so many years, yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
a little bit fucky to, yeah.
Maybe a
But
neat little party trick one time to be like, hey, look, check this out.
there you go. Can
Yeah,
play an
but
upside down guitar. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Gotta
it
have
would
enough
not
drink.
sound good.
You know what? If you get drunk enough, it might just naturally come to you.
It might.
There you go.
What's the worst that could happen?
That's it. I mean, what the worst that happens is you play some shitty guitar for a few minutes till people throw drinks at you. And
Right?
there you go. Yeah. So
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
exactly.
All right,
Nice.
man. I want to get into some football. What do you say?
Let's do it. I mean, it's been quite the season. Some ups, some downs,
Oh
some
yeah.
ecstatic moments, some depressing moments, but it's all snowballed to this big moment, right? The playoffs are upon us. Whether your team's in it or not, if you're football fans like we are, doesn't really matter. Although extra little incentive if your team is there. But before we
Best
talk
time of the
about,
year when your team's not even in the playoffs, but when they are, oh,
I was
elite.
saying, I was probably saying to you guys on the chat, like football is probably the only sport that once my team is out, I'll still continue to watch
Yeah.
because I love football that much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Once the Leafs are out, the playoffs for hockey, don't
oh
even
yeah,
really care anymore. How
same with the Jays.
yeah.
Like I might watch one game from each like respective championship to be like, yeah, okay, I watched one game, and it's
Yeah.
usually the clinching game, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Let me know who wins, but other than that, I don't need to watch. Yeah.
no interest.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Exactly. But football's a different beast, my man.
yes, and before we can talk about the playoffs, we're gonna do just a quick little recap on Week 18 because let's be real. There's only maybe like 3 games that meant anything. The rest were just fluff, going through the motions, little momentum for next year. So if you're good with it, why don't we just dive right into it?
Yeah, well, you want to talk Black Monday first and the coaches that are now out of a job all of a sudden?
Sure, do like a little bit of a shit sandwich. Like
A
here's
little.
some bad, and then here's some good, and then
That's it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
okay.
So Black Monday is a thing,
Hmm.
and definitely claimed a few victims this year. Right away, Raheem Morris and GM Terry Fontenot gone. Falcons are wiping the slate clean. They're going to start over. Probably not a bad idea because they've had some high expectations last couple years and whew, have not even come close to meeting them.
Well, with having such high picks in there too, and then having this team like just terrible coaching all around, that none of them are developing properly except for Bijan and Drake London, really. And outside of
Yeah,
that, like the defense has been middle of the pack to lower third for pretty much every category the last 3 years. You went out and spent millions of dollars on Kirk Cousin to then turn around and draft Penix right away, make him the starter instantly. I don't know what you had to prove there.
yeah.
But then Cousins comes in and like that's the best the Falcons have looked all year. Such is life.
Speaking of the best they've looked all year, there's been a couple games this year where Kyle Pitts has finally showed off some of his potential, and
Right.
a couple of games where he's looked better than he ever has. Maybe he's going to be a free agent this year. Whatever GM comes into that Atlanta job, what do they do with Kyle Pitts? Right? Like, is that's a guy that I think a lot of teams would like to get their hands on.
I think he's a hard player to evaluate because the talent is sky high,
Oh yeah,
but he's just never put it together. And I don't know if that's just he's not good enough in the NFL level to do it on a consistent basis, or if that's just poor development.
I
And I
think
guess
it.
we'll find out
I
if they
think it
keep him
speaks to
around. But
development and coaching more
but
than anything. But yeah,
I don't think you can sign him long term. Like you almost have to sign him on a 1 or 2 year deal as like a prove it to say, okay,
yeah.
what are we actually going to get out
We
of him?
know the brilliance can be there. Show us on a consistent basis in a good offense. Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah, interesting changes for the Falcons. They didn't even wait till Monday. They're just like Sunday night, boom, done.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't even wait. Did pull the trigger within hours of that final game ending. That's for sure. And which is weird because they won. They won on a 4-game win streak to end the season. I think they were 4-9. They finished 8-9. So yeah, they
Yeah,
hadn't lost in a month and didn't even wait. Didn't even let the paint dry on that that final win. He was gone. Yeah, it was crazy. Speaking of not letting the paint dry too quickly, first thing Monday, Kevin Stefanski, Browns moving on from him. See ya.
that's probably
Uh,
like the most shocking one out of all the ones. Well, actually, probably not. I think we saw some pretty respectable coaches got let go on Black
Oh,
Monday.
hell
So,
yeah.
but
How about Pete Carroll, 74 years old? Is it time for him to retire? Raiders are one and
probably
done with him.
yeah. And I mean, again, I don't these big ones. I don't necessarily think are their fault. I think it's just they need a change. Like I think what did Stefanski in was that he played games for Shadur all year. When he finally did start them, the team started to roll a little bit offensively. Not that
Yeah.
they were great, but they were putting up points, had sustainable drives. He just mismanaged that team, I think. So Carroll, I mean, I don't think he really had any shot. That Raiders team is terrible. They sold off guys at the
Yeah,
deadline too,
you
and
sure
then
do.
Crosby was probably playing hurt for most of the year just because that's who he is. So I mean, yeah, not too shocking on the Carroll one. I heard that was coming, even though they signed him for like 3 years. But yeah, he's probably a little past the prime, if you will.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have a little bit of egg on my face with this one. Jonathan Gannon gets shot out of a cannon. I had to say that. I came up with a stupid rhyme, so I had to say it. But Jonathan Gannon, buddy,
He
I
was
predict
doomed right from his
I
intro speech with
predicted
that
him
team.
to be coach of the year.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah, wah.
Yeah, and it's funny. You know what's crazy is the Cardinals started 2-0, and
They
then they
did,
finished 3-14. So they lost 14 of their last 15 games. That'll get you
which
fired.
yeah, I mean, you lost your starting quarterback. Not that Kyler's been great,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like I said, I think he was doomed right from his intro speech with the team. I don't know if you've seen those clips, but have you seen him? Who here drove here today? Who
I have
took the
not seen that.
bus? Oh man, honestly, Google it. It is the funniest thing you'll
Was he
ever see.
high?
I I don't even know if that's justifiable because like I think I could come up with something better than that zoomed
Jesus.
out. But like literally, he's like, we need a bunch of killers in here. Like it was just so awful and so monotone.
That's
Like
a weird introductory
oh,
press conference.
like they just like because it was part of like Hard Knocks or something, and they just like pan the room of all the guys in the room. They're all like, "What the hell is this guy saying?" Like he just, yeah, interesting one. But yeah, To
You
be
just probably
expected.
pan the room, see the confused look on all the reporters' faces. Like,
Oh
anyone
yeah.
have any more questions? Yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I have one. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, who the fuck did we hire? What's going on
All
here?
right. So probably not shocking, much to your dismay, picking him to win Coach of the Year. But I think the biggest shocker
Oh
of them
yeah,
all, with multiple winning seasons, won a Super Bowl,
yeah.
Harbaugh let
John
go
Harbaugh.
by the Baltimores. Wow,
And
weird.
this is a guy who, he's been there for almost what is it, 18 years?
Yep.
Many winning seasons. And I don't even think the losing season this year was his fault.
No.
But maybe it's just we need a change of voice. I don't know what it is, but
Well, they started slow. Henry sucked at the start of the year.
they were the
Lamar was
preseason
hurt.
favorites to win the Super Bowl. So I'm like, I don't get moving on from him. I think it was probably just a down year. And once you get everyone healthy, fuck,
I
who else
know.
do you want besides John Harbaugh? But whatever.
Exactly. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff coming out about him right now too. So I heard that Isaiah Likely threw a going away party, not for him, but just for the players because Harbaugh was gone. So
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how
okay.
much truth there is to that, but I did read that. So
So it's not even so much the team's performance, it's he's lost the room.
I think so. It could be.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Yeah.
after 18 years, I mean, let's be real. I think whatever team lost that game was firing their coach.
Mm, would you
I
really
think
say that with Mike Tomlin on the other
I
sideline?
would. Yeah, I
Wow.
think I think again, like what are you striving for? You're striving for 9-8 every
Yeah,
year,
you're
pretty
striving
much.
for
Like
mediocrity every single year. Yeah.
weren't the Steelers like 4-1, 5-1, and ended up basically 500? You
Yeah.
know, I think they
Yeah.
were 10-7 to end, right? So like,
9 and 8, 10 and 7. Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So is what it is.
Yeah.
And then
Uh,
I think one that everyone kind of saw coming.
yeah, but it was weird. It was delayed. It just happened today.
I know,
Today being what? Thursday?
right?
Thursday. Yeah.
But Mike McDaniel let go from the Dolphins. Obviously, they picked it up near the end of the year. But like we talked about, like we had him on the dumpster fire of the week. Half the time you don't know what that guy's saying, but at the same time, I love him. If he's just an offensive coordinator, I love for the Lions to go scoop him up because if you look at what that Dolphins offense was, you know, speed, timing, like you've got Jared Goff, you've got
Yeah.
all the speed in the world with JMO and Gibbs, like just go. You
Yeah.
know, like he will be
Yeah.
so good as a coordinator there.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I think that he'd be a pretty good fit in that offense for sure. And I've actually seen it posted on a few of the Eagles forums now after this year because we got to get rid of Kevin Patullo. So I've seen it posted already. A couple people are posting, "Hey, fuck, let's go after Mike McDaniel for OC." So
Yeah.
yeah,
I've
he's
heard the
gonna.
Lions have already reached out to him. So
I think his next job will be OC instead of HC for sure. But
oh yeah, big time.
yeah,
Like I think he needs to go back for a couple of years. I'm hoping either it's McDaniel or Dayball for the OC job. So
Dable did really good things in Buffalo with Josh
he
Allen.
did.
So yeah,
He did.
he could
Obviously,
probably.
Allen's more mobile than Goff, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could still put a solid offense together with Jared Goff and Gibbs and all those guys. Oh fuck.
what I find it's interesting though, but all like they said like basically all the coach of the year guys from like the last 6 years have all been fired now.
Yeah, I think no matter what happens, I think the Eagles will probably move on from Patullo. So we'll probably be fighting in the offseason over who we're gonna, which one of us gets the best offensive coordinator. So
Battling out.
hell yeah, man. Okay, yeah. So all kinds of changes that way for the teams that didn't make the playoffs, but we got to
Mhm.
talk teams that did make the playoffs. Quick little Week 18 recap. We don't want to dwell long here. Normally, this is a recap show more than anything, but I think let's just get through these ones quickly because I want to talk playoffs. What are you thinking?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So this was an interesting scenario, right? And leave it to the NFC South to just leave it to the last week, right?
Underwhelm.
And again, we talked about it kind of like a week or two ago, where you just felt like Charlie with the board from Always Sunny, and
Yeah.
Panthers Bucks Week 18, essentially for the division, with a little caveat: if Atlanta loses and the Bucks win, the Bucks are in. Atlanta wins and the Panthers lose, Panthers are in. And guess what happened? The Bucks beat the Panthers, and then the Falcons beat
Beat
the
the Saints. So
Saints.
three teams finish at 8 and 9, and the head-to-head record for the favored the Panthers at 3-1. So the Carolina Panthers at 8 and 9 win the fucking NFC South, buddy.
Ugh.
This was a gross game. The
No, dude,
Bucks won it. It was so ugly.
it was.
Yeah, Bucks 16-14 winners in this one. Gross, rainy, disgusting, bad weather game. Baker
Yeah.
kind of gutted one out though, 16 for 22, just over 200 yards, threw a touchdown, also threw a pick, but he's been throwing a lot of picks this year. Gritty performance though. He gets it done, and then it was a waiting game, right? It's you win and then you you wait till that'd be a weird feeling. Be a
I
weird
know,
feeling
right?
winning a
And then
game
to
and then
have
having to
to,
wait to watch to yeah
and not only having to wait to watch, to have to cheer on a division
to
rival
cheer on a division rival. Yeah,
to get you some help. And
yeah,
man, what a crazy game. But one thing like about the Panthers, the games that they were winning, their ground game was dominant.
yeah.
And normally when the weather gets terrible like that, it's okay, we're going to hand the ball off and we're going to run it down your throat. Well, Carolina only rushed for 19 yards
19 yards.
to
Ugh.
Tampa's 140. And like Tampa typically has been struggling with the run game lately, and
Yeah,
they were the ones that were effectively running the ball.
yeah.
So Dowdle, Hubbard, they did absolutely nothing in this game, but yet the score was still pretty close. So
And it's crazy how close it was considering Carolina 19 rushing yards, right? Like Tampa Bay 140 yards on the ground, and Baker threw for over 200. Like you think this game shouldn't have been anywhere near that close, but they
right.
won by two, and then yeah, it was a waiting game. So what do let's move on to the other game on Saturday, though. I think this one was misplaced. It probably should have been Sunday night, but Saturday night prime time, whatever. Seahawks, Niners, another kind of I don't want to say I don't want to say shitty game. It wasn't a shitty game. It was a great defensive game, but a
Yeah.
bit of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
But the Seahawks get it done 13-3. They completely shut out the Niners had been scoring at will the past like
Hmm.
month. They had been scoring like 47,000 points a game or something like that. Held to three and do absolutely nothing against that beastly Seahawks defense. So the Seahawks, they lock down the one seed,
Hmm.
14-3 record. They win the NFC West. They get the one seed and the bye. The Niners lose, and because the Rams won as well, we'll talk about that in a sec. The Niners fall to the sixth seed.
Yeah, and that was one thing that we talked about with that division. You're either the number one or you're going on the road,
Yeah.
right? And that's what it came down to. And you're right, it wasn't necessarily the prettiest game offensively because both defenses stepped up and was playing pretty stout all night for all of them. But yeah, like CMC couldn't really get going. Zach Charbonnet scored the only touchdown of the game.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of what you'd expect out of a division game, right? These two teams, pretty top tier teams. It had a very playoff atmosphere to it, right? Stout
Oh,
defense,
definitely.
not much space offensively, and yeah, sure enough, it was a 13-3 game.
These um these are teams that are thinking that we'll probably meet again in a couple of weeks, right? So it
Yep,
was a good feel for that, a good playoff atmosphere type of game for sure. And like
absolutely.
I think the Seahawks are going to benefit from having this bye as well. They scare the shit out of me with that defense. Like they're just going to suffocate teams, especially if we run into them with the way our offense looks right now. Fuck.
Well, I think what's good for Sam Darnold, and we saw this last year, right? Like he cruised with that Minnesota offense, having all the weapons. The
Hmm.
defense was kind of so-so, but as soon as the defense kind of disappeared, Darnold got a little exposed. He was throwing picks. He wasn't as good. Whereas I think this Seahawks defense can really bail him out come playoff time. So
For sure. Okay. Let's go to the AFC. Another solid defense. Those Pittsburgh Steelers. They get it done. This was a boring game for three quarters. And then that fourth quarter was fucking nuts. That was crazy. It was a
right.
crazy way to finish the week, crazy way to finish the season.
Hmm.
Um, Pretty nightmarish way to end your season. The very last play of the season
Oh,
was
poor
a
guy.
missed Tyler Loop 44-yard field goal, which would have won the game and the division for the Ravens. Unfortunately, for us, well, because we got to
Yeah.
hear our friend Kingsley go on about it because he's a Steelers fan.
Oh God.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Steelers get in. They get that four seed in the AFC, and they're going to playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, one more kick at the can.
All you need is an opportunity, right? And unfortunately for Loop, like especially as a special teams player, like you don't get many opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's moments like that that kind of solidify your career, your legacy. Like he may never get an opportunity again because any team might look at him and be like, "Hey, he can't get it done on the biggest pressure moment." Like that wasn't even close. He just blocked it straight right. And I saw the one meme. It was like about Harbaugh getting fired, but it just showed the goalpost, and it was like left side fired, right side fired, middle playoffs.
Yeah, I love it.
uh,
Oh
but
man.
you got to feel for the kid, rookie, big shoes to fill, literally coming in from Justin Tucker,
Yeah,
who is money for so many years, and obviously he got himself into some trouble, which didn't allow him to play this year. But yeah, it was like a kind of true playoff style game again,
totally.
right? And everything on the line. And like you said, those first three quarters were not worth watching. But if you tuned into that last quarter, you're like, man, this game's great.
Well, I had walked away from the game for a while because I think it was like, what was it, 10-6 Steelers or something, near the end of the third, and I had walked away for a little bit and checked the score on my phone, like, 10, 15 minutes later. I was, what the what happened? I missed like four touchdowns, and yeah, it was crazy, just back and forth in that fourth quarter. But yeah, Steelers hang on, and so the win marks the Steelers' first division title. They win the AFC North for the first time since 2020. They snap Baltimore's hopes of winning it back to back, and yeah,
Hmm.
eliminate them from the postseason. So the Steelers finished 10-7. Ravens, unfortunately, 8-9. They're on the outside looking in, but yeah, so
Hmm.
they get Steelers get that 4 seed. So let's talk about who gets the rest of the seeds real quick.
Sure.
You want me to go? I'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So before we do Browns, Miles Garrett. Single
Oh,
season.
yeah.
So how do we not shout that guy out, right? Oh, you nasty.
Oh, you nasty,
Good on you,
Miles.
Miles
And
Garrett.
I
New single
picked him
season
as my
sack.
prop on our group ticket.
That's right, too. Yeah.
I had a
And that
feeling.
hit. Yeah, you
And
had.
no controversy in this. I know people are going to say, well, he's got an extra game,
Yeah.
but he did it in something like 200 something less snaps than what happened with Strahan. And less controversy because Joe Burrow did not lay down.
Yeah.
He legit got sacked. So there's nothing saying that he didn't earn it.
Yep. Yeah, and that was the same argument people were making about Saquon last year hitting 2,000 yards. Well, he played a 17-game season. It's about number of snaps, and the last guy to hit 2,000 played 16 games, but he had more snaps than
Mm-hmm.
Barkley did. So yeah, you can't necessarily count games. You got to count number of snaps a player sees on the field, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah.
so yeah, Miles Garrett, congrats, buddy. 23 sacks, new single season record. That's fucking awesome.
And probably also solidified Calvo's pick for defensive player of the
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Okay, man.
Sure.
Lions did me the huge favor that I needed. 1916 win over those Bears. So the Lions do finish with a winning record. Bears
Hmm.
loss could have put them down to the 3 seed if Philly had complete their starters anyway. But the Bears lose. The Eagles also lose. So the Bears retain their 2 seed. Commanders beat my Eagles. We started all our backups for some reason with a really good chance at that 2 seed, and we squandered it. Anyway, Eagles finish up the 3 seed. We'd already won the division a few weeks ago, so that wasn't really in doubt. But yeah, so
Hmm.
the Falcons 19-17 winners over the Saints. This game was fun to watch because you knew what was at stake, right?
Yep.
None of these teams were playing for anything except to see who they would push into the playoffs, and I really kind of like that dynamic. This game was fun. So yeah, the Falcons win gives the Panthers that NFC South title and the 4 seed. Real quick, rest of the NFC Rams win. They earn the 5 seed. As we talked about, the Niners loss to the Seahawks on Sunday night.
Hmm.
Saturday night.
Yep.
Gave them the 6 seed, and then the Packers were already locked into that 7 seed, so they were not playing for anything. They lost big to the Vikings. So, all right, bro, take us through the AFC. What do we got?
Yeah, so the Chargers realized that they couldn't catch up to the Broncos. So they rested Justin Herbert in the last week, let him rest up for the playoffs. Broncos handled their own business though,
Yep.
won 19-3, lock up the number 1 seed in the first round bye. Chargers fall to the 7 seed, but this is huge for the Broncos. You get a little chance to rest up a little bit, let all these other teams knock each other around a little bit, especially how I feel with the AFC this year. Like a lot of those big guns aren't in there, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
I feel like anywhere from 2 to 7 is so convoluted that any team can really win. So it's like, okay, let these guys beat each other up, and then we'll see you next round. So
Absolutely.
good on the Broncos. Hell of a year, even though they won a lot of ugly games. A lot of people said, did you even watch a Broncos game this year? Because they were so awful, but yet they're the best team in the AFC.
It's crazy. They won a lot of weird games, like one-score games,
Mhm.
probably games they shouldn't have won. Yeah.
Comebacks left, right, and center, but
They were
you got
like
to
the
be good,
Kansas City of last season.
right? But I mean, you got to be somewhat good to be able to do that, right? The other team that was fighting for the number 1 seed was the Patriots, and they had a matchup with the lowly Dolphins. Patriots smoked them 38-10. Pats lock up the AFC East for the first time in a few years, knocking Buffalo off that pedestal and lock up the number 2 seed as well.
Oh yeah.
And dude, your Jaguars. You've been preaching
Love
them
him.
all year long.
And last year.
You know, I kind of feel bad for the Texans because you had a prime opportunity, right? But then you see the Jaguars are playing the Titans, and you're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Jags win the AFC South, clinch the number 3 seed to get home field advantage, start the playoffs. Speaking of those Texans, dude, would you say this was the game of the week, even though it really meant nothing for the Colts, but they gave the Texans all they could handle, 38-30. Riley Leonard.
I thought the most impressive thing about this game was the fact that Riley Leonard, this rookie quarterback, making his first, was it his first start? He had
First
seen some
career
action,
start.
but first start. That's right,
Yeah,
his first career start. Put up 30 on the Texans. You know who else put up 30 on the Texans this year? Nobody.
nobody.
Not a single team put 30 points on the Texans. The Colts put 30 points on the Texans. Of course, the Texans put up more, won the game,
You're
but
right.
that's impressive as hell. And yeah, I mean, to go out and get Philip Rivers, bring him in to try and lead to the playoffs. And then when you realize, okay, we're not a playoff team this year, let's see what we got this guy. And Philip Rivers is on board. He's on the sideline with a clipboard and a headset. He's into this, and he's loving
Yeah.
because that first touchdown pass that Riley Leonard threw, they panned to Rivers on the sideline. He's his biggest fan, right? He's
Oh
sure
yeah.
you love to see it. You love to see it. And
I
so
know
it was wicked.
I know Rivers is coaching high school football right now, but I don't think I'd be too shocked if I saw him come back as like a QB coach.
I think there'd be a lot of teams that would happily hire him. Who doesn't want
I
Philip
mean,
Rivers, QB coaching?
even the Colts, like him and Shane Steichen are really good friends. So we'll see.
Yeah,
You never know.
for
But
sure.
cool story. But yeah, maybe Riley Leonard was the better choice all along.
Honestly, I wonder if they might be in the playoffs if he had played, but oh well. I'm
Coulda,
sure
shoulda, woulda.
he'll get a nice little chance at it next year there, man. But the Texans, so they retain that 5 seed. Bills win huge over the Jets.
Hmm.
They go up to that 6 seed. They've rested a bunch of their starters, including Josh Allen, but they still stomped them. Just goes to show you how good the Jets are. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And is this something that's ever going to happen again? The Jets finished the entire season 0 interceptions. Their defense picked off exactly zero quarterbacks this year. I don't
That's
even think
insane.
I didn't know that was possible. Like that's
Who?
something we may never see again.
No, like that's basically the equivalent of a scoregami. Like, well, they're the first team to ever do it, right?
It's crazy.
So yeah, never seen it before, especially after hiring Aaron Glenn, who like they had multiple, like I think Branch and Kirby Joseph had like 10 apiece. So like it's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you get none?
It's
Clearly.
absolutely fucking wild. But so this story is overshadowing the Bills on a playoff episode. So fuck the Jets.
Yeah, we'll
That's
talk about the Bills later.
It's just crazy. Aaron Glenn, they bring Aaron Glenn in, a guy who played DB in the NFL for 15 years. He's a defensive-minded coach. He was a defensive coordinator in Detroit. How do, how do you coach a defense that gets 0 picks all year? It's unbelievable. Anyway, the Bills, they win. They get that 6 seed. Congrats. Nice little season for them. And they unfortunately they run into the Jaguars in the first round. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit, buddy. But I
Right.
think I think it would be a lot of fun if we could go back and look at some of those preseason predictions we had just to see how fucking close we were or how fucking way off we were.
Well, we got to keep
Mostly
those
way off.
receipts.
Yeah.
Mostly way off. Yeah.
We have to, you're right, we do have to keep the receipts because we got to keep ourselves humble. If we don't humble ourselves on here once in a while, like we're just gonna it's gonna turn into just an ego podcast, right? Who wants that?
Yeah. I mean, I try and do that to you at least once a week, but
How about just life? No, not
just
even football,
humbling
just
you in general, like calm your shit down.
hey, hey, you kind of suck sometimes. Just needed you to know that today.
Just in case you weren't told this today.
You're kind of an asshole, man.
Sure. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah,
So,
man.
if you're kind of new here, just tuning in, catching us for the first time, where the hell you been? But at the start of the
Yeah,
year, we
seriously.
always like to do our like way too early predictions. Most like every network broadcast you do, and it's just a lot of fun, right? And you throw out a lot of hot takes, you take a lot of shit for it, but when those ones do hit, it's pretty incredible.
Totally.
And so why don't we start the first preseason predictions that we did were
Yep.
who's going to win the divisions?
Okay, yeah, I think like why not knock it out because we were fucking terrible here. So I did slightly better than you. Actually, I guessed three division of the eight. I guessed three of them right. You guessed just one. So I got you there. I got you on that, but you crushed me in some of the the awards. So we'll talk about
Okay.
that in a sec. But yeah, so AFC East, we both predicted the Bills. It was the Pats. Congrats to the Pats. No one saw that coming after winning 4 games last year. The
Hmm.
AFC North, the Bengals were my choice.
Oof.
I thought for sure Joe Burrow was going to stay healthy all year and that team was going to fly, but that did not happen.
That might be the best joke you've ever told, buddy.
You were
Shit.
also wrong, buddy, but not by
Yeah,
much.
but I was one missed kick
You
away
were
from
wrong
being
by
right.
a kick. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
So you picked the
uh,
Ravens. It was, of course, the Steelers. Here we go. AFC South, buddy. Jacksonville Jaguars. Love this team. Quickly becoming one of my favorite teams. Jacksonville Jaguars, they get it done. The Texans almost got it done. So that was actually not a bad pick. They were 1 game back. And yeah, any number of things could have gone differently for the Texans to win it. They had a hell of a season too, man. So
that was close.
we were
The one
pretty
I
bang
thought
on
was
there.
interesting though, in the West, neither one of us took the Chiefs,
Right.
and they were eliminated from the playoffs.
Nailed it.
We
Nailed
look
it.
kind of genius,
They were
but I
eliminated
was
in
right
like
on
week
this one.
13. Yeah.
I but yes, I took the Broncos,
Yep.
winning that one. You took the Chargers, close second. Valiant effort,
Yeah, right. I think we're doing pretty well here. So
but you're
we
right. You
split
did
our
smoke me.
yeah, we split our picks in the AFC. I crushed you in the NFC.
Hmm.
So you thought the Commanders after their season last year, valiant effort last year, and with good reason you picked them for sure. They
Hmm.
look like they could dominate. They were shit. I
They
picked my
sure were.
Eagles, of course, to repeat. They did that, so I got that. We both picked the Lions in the North. Yeah, that did not happen.
Did not.
Chicago Bears win the NFC North. Here we go, though. My darling Panthers. They get it done. The Cinderella story. Carolina Panthers. I picked them preseason to win it. I thought it would be like a 9-8. It was even worse. It was an 8-9. They get
Can
it
we
done.
just call this a tie? Because like
Yeah, you know what?
I know the Panthers won the division
I get you wanting
technically,
that, but hell no, I'm not
but
giving
the
you that.
Bucks did beat them technically, and then
I'm
took
not giving. Nope.
not the help. And then yes, in the West, we were both high on the Rams coming into the year, and
Yeah,
rightfully so. I mean, I still think they're kind of the best team in that division,
yeah.
even though the record may not show that. But kudos to the Seahawks and Sam Darnold, cruise to the NFC West title.
Totally, totally. So after that, let's talk about some awards. We dole out our Bravos every year, but mainly, we have some fun ones, obviously. But the big ones are the main awards, like the MVP and the OPOY. We were shit for most of these,
Yep.
whether it's injuries or just poor play. We were off on a lot of these. So MVP, I said Josh Allen. You said Baker Mayfield. None of that's going to happen. It's going to be either Drake May or Matt Stafford. It
Yeah.
will be a quarterback, but none of the two that we picked.
Our picks look good for like half the year.
Well, my next one did not. My next one did not look good at any point this year. Saquon Barkley, I thought for sure would repeat after a 2,000 something yards, 2,500 and something yard season, all told, with playoffs as well.
Hmm.
He has not been that. He's so.
Remember when you tried to tell me that Barkley was better than Gibbs and Bijan?
I mean,
Wah, wah.
I still feel that way.
Oh, well, I'm glad you feel that way. But reality is
I mean,
sometimes.
I don't. Yeah, obviously I'm a little bit biased, but I also think we have a shitty offensive coordinator. But you picked Jahmyr Gibbs, I picked
I did.
Barkley, and we were both wrong. It's not going to be either of them. Who do you think it's going to be?
Almost has to be Bijan.
Does it? Because I
No?
think you can make an
Actually,
argument
it
for
might actually
Puka.
go to CMC, to be honest.
CMC
Puka, but yes.
with CMC's combined yards, I could see it. I could see Puka getting it. It's gonna be wild to see. I don't even know.
CMC was the best fantasy player this year.
I don't even know if I want to guess at it. Yeah, he was. That's true.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I avoid him every year now because of his injury woes, and he played a full season. Good on him. Hasn't happened since
Yeah.
what, his rookie year in Carolina.
Probably somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'd like to make a good case for Smith Najigba.
Oh
He
fuck.
had a great year.
Yeah. How did I? This is a guy I've been singing his praises all year long. How did I forget him? Smith and Jigba will probably get it, or be in the conversation anyway. So,
Yep.
defensive player of the year. I said Jalen Carter. We were homers here a little bit. Eh? I said Jalen
Yeah.
Carter. You said Aiden Hutchison. Neither of them will get it. It's going to be
No,
Miles.
it's definitely going to be Miles.
It's
And
definitely going to be
you know
Miles.
what, though? Aiden, I think, finished with like 14 sacks or 13 and a half sacks, and
That's a nice year
he had three taken away from him, too. So
on
coming off
penalties.
that that massive injury, maybe next year's the year for Hutch.
Yeah. Yeah. Offensive rookie of the year. We finally got a live one here. I said Marion Hampton probably would have been in the conversation if he stayed healthy. You said Tet McMillan, and
Mhm.
he is a front runner for sure. Tet McMillan, of the wide receiver for the Panthers, obviously had a pretty outstanding rookie year, over 1,000 yards
Yep.
receiving. So I don't think it'll be him. I think it'll probably be.
I think it'd be one of the two quarterbacks, to be honest. Dart or Shuck.
It could. I don't know if Shuck played enough because he kind of came in late, well, later in the year, right? I don't know.
Hmm.
I
I think
feel
it
I
was
feel
like
like
week.
Jackson Dart came in early enough that he could be in that conversation for sure.
Yeah, I think they were both around like week 6 or so, weren't they?
Mm, was it? Were they around the same time? I
I
thought
want to say.
Shuck started playing well after Dart did, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, yeah, I think. I mean, I think it could be Ibuka. That would have been a solid pick at the start of the year.
Yeah,
You were pretty high on him.
he floundered near the end of the year though. Once they started getting a little healthy,
Yeah.
took a little bit of a back seat, and I don't think he really eclipsed 60 yards over the last like 6 games. So I feel like Scottaboo got a little robbed.
I've
But
I've put a couple bucks down on RJ Harvey on the outside because the odds are unbeatable.
yeah,
Right now it's paying pretty high, so I know Griff would be pretty happy if RJ Harvey of the Broncos got it. So
there's a reason those odds are pretty high though, buddy.
it's not gonna get it, eh?
Sure.
And it's
Well,
it's $15, $20, whatever.
right. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about defensive rookies of the year. You took Abdul Carter,
Yep.
solid year. I took Jalen Walker, another solid year. We both have solid chances. I don't think it's going to be them, but we'll see how it all unfolds.
I mean, I think they both have really good chances. I think I've been hearing I haven't really seen him play too much. I don't watch the Browns too much, obviously, but
Mhm.
linebacker Carson, how do you say his name? Schwessinger?
I think
Some
it's yeah,
Is it
Schlesinger.
Schlesinger or
Yeah.
Schlesinger? Anyway, hearing tons of amazing things. This guy's been off the charts this year, so he's probably the front runner. But I think Abdul
Mhm.
Carter's got a good chance. I think Jelon Walker's got a good chance.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter doesn't have the sacks. He
Yeah.
had a bunch taken away on penalties, but he's been
Right.
disruptive. Like on, I think what was I reading about him? He enters third in the entire league with pocket detonations in under 2.5 seconds. He had
Wow.
21. He trailed only Nick Benito and Will Anderson of
Wow.
the Texans. So I mean, that's fucking elite company to be in when you're blowing up the pocket with that kind of frequency, right? So
Yep. Good for you, Rook.
yeah, absolutely. Comeback player of the year.
Oh, this one's a pretty good joke.
This one, yikes. So I said JJ McCarthy of the Vikings. That doesn't have a fucking shot in hell. That's, oh my God. And you said Justin Fields. That those odds might even be longer. Yikes.
Yeah. I don't even know who I'd pick at this point.
Oh my God.
It has to go to Daniel Jones, right?
I would think so. I could see Aiden Hutchison actually being in the conversation for that.
Hutch, maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
He had a
14
good
sack
year.
year. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think probably Daniel Jones. He was unreal for Indy until he got hurt. But yeah, JJ
Mhm.
McCarthy, Justin Fields, definitely not. Yikes. Coach of the year. We talked about this one off the hop. I picked Jonathan Gannon. Not only is he not going to win Coach of the Year, he doesn't have a job. So
A little hard to win coach of the year when that
that's
happens.
yeah, that's the you went the complete other way with that one there, Johnny. But you picked Mike Vrabel, buddy, and he's got a solid chance, I think.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can take like a 3-win team and then turn them into a playoff contender, not even playoff contender, they might even be a Super Bowl contender coming out of that AFC.
Yeah,
You've done a pretty damn good job. So love me some Vrabel. The guy's an animal.
yeah. Okay, so and then Super Bowl champs we picked. Obviously, I picked my Eagles. They're in the playoffs. They got a chance. Maybe not the best chance, but I'm still sticking with them, obviously. And
Hmm.
you kind of hedged your bets. You went Lions, but the AFC you picked an AFC team as well, and you went the Bills. Lions obviously aren't going to do it. They're not in the dance, but the Bills, I mean, they're a strong team. A lot of
Got a
people are
shot.
picking them to have a shot. If they can get past the Jags, I think they've got a really good shot. I think the Jags are the best team in the AFC right now. We'll
Absolutely.
talk about that in a sec. But if the Bills can get past them, I think they're probably the front runners. But
Hmm.
yeah, solid picks there for that. We made up for our comeback and coach picks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the one that we did pretty well on though was our preseason in or outs.
Yeah,
And if you've listened to our show, we like to do in or out once in a while, and we just give you a scenario. And the first scenario we chose was the NFC North would have 3 playoff teams again this
yeah,
year.
I was fully in on that.
You're fully in. I mean, it probably should have happened that way if the NFC West wasn't so crazy this year too.
Yeah, yeah,
But you were in on that. I was out. I
and you
was
nailed it.
bold enough to say that there's only going to be one team in there, and I was pretty arrogant to say it was just going to be the Lions.
Yeah, yeah,
They're the one that did not make it,
yeah,
and
exactly.
but yes, there was not three playoff teams from the NFC North, so yes, I won the out call on that one.
You crushed me here with the preseason in or out. So we also went with the Seahawks bouncing back to win 10 plus games. I was
Hmm.
fully out on that. I thought Sammy D, had captured kind of lightning in a bottle a little bit in Minnesota, and he was not going to be able to replicate that in Seattle. I was
Hmm.
fucking wrong. Uh, you were in on that. You even said you thought they were going to be sneaky good. You were really in on them going well over 10 wins, and sure enough, 14-3, best record in the
Hmm.
NFC, buddy. Well done.
Let's go.
Nailed it.
Well, we did say that the Bills will win the AFC and make it to the Super Bowl.
Both in on that.
Both in on that. Now they didn't win the AFC, but they still have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. So we'll give us like half point on that.
I'd say, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, sorry, when you said win the AFC, you meant earn the one seed, not
Yeah.
win the AFC championship.
Yeah.
Okay, right, yeah,
Yeah.
right. So we were both in on them earning the one seed, and that, yeah, okay, that did not happen. The new NFC East champ, you knew I was out on this. You knew I was going Eagles. I was, of course, right. So there's one I finally got right. You were in on it. You were in on a new NFC East champ because you were banking on tradition.
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
something years of no repeat winners, but
Well, I
you were
was pretty
wrong
high
this
on
time.
the Commanders coming into the year, and they
Yeah,
were just kind of a shadow of themselves from last
totally.
year. So didn't work out. That's the way she goes.
But you got me here. Falcons. We said we were debating whether the Falcons were the NFC South team to beat. I was fully in on that. I thought for sure they'd run away with the division finally.
And
Maybe not run away, but
I remember questioning you on that too, because you're like, "Oh, the Panthers are my pick for the division," and then you're like, "The Falcons are the team to beat," and I was
I
like,
thought for sure they'd be the first team to win like double-digit games in that division for for some in a while. But man, I was wrong. You were out on it, and you were right.
"Hmm,
Panthers and Bucks. You were riding the
absolutely."
you were riding the Bucks all year long, but yeah.
I was, yep, I was. And then the other
So
one that we came in with was major coaching change mid-season. You were in, I was in. I mean, I was joking when I said the Eagles because I figured, but I mean, I
yeah,
didn't think we were getting super specific, but I
yeah.
think we were both right. There was some major coaching changes mid-season. So,
Yeah, I remember at one point I said some team was going to start 1-7 that didn't expect to start 1-7, and the Giants started 2-8, so eerily
mhm.
close, and they fired Brian Dable. So yeah, I was pretty right there. We were both in on us. We both nailed that. We check it out, Bravonians. We know a little bit of football.
Just a little.
We're right sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, and then the last one we said we were debating a non QB winning offensive rookie of the year.
Hmm.
I was out on it. I'm probably going to be wrong. You were in on it fully. Yes, it's got to be. It's, I don't know.
I
It
just
doesn't
felt like
have to be, but
no, I just felt like this was one of the first years in like the last three or four that the positional players were better than the quarterbacks coming out.
yeah,
And I kind of still feel like that about next year too. Like the running backs and the receivers are supposed to be the big ones next year, not the there's like two good quarterbacks, so you never know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see how it all shakes out. We win some and we lose some. We lose
Mhm.
more than we win. But buddy, there's a little segment that I want to kind of get in here before we start really making our picks for the playoffs.
Mhm.
I want to know some teams that you trust, you actually trust. I
Mhm.
want to know a team that you trust, but only a little bit. They've got pretty good ceiling, but maybe some real dangerous flaws. And then I want to know one team that you're kind of lying to yourself about if you think they have a chance.
All right. So actually trust the
Yeah,
Rams.
yeah, that's
I think
fair.
they're just probably the one of the most well-rounded teams in the playoffs. Trust, but only a little. I want to ride my Texans. I love the Texans, and I
I
think
like
their
it.
defense has enough to do it. Just the offense is sputtered at times, so we'll see. I do think that that could be their flaw that gets them. And I think if you're a fan of this team, you're lying to yourself if you think the Bears are going to go anywhere.
I love that. I love that. Team I actually trust, but I can't. I gotta go with my Jaguars.
Okay.
I love this team. I think we were at the when we were at the Bills Eagles game or a couple weeks ago. Kyle and I were talking to a couple of Bills fans behind us, and I a couple times said to them, if it can't be us, if it can't be the Eagles, I hope it's you. And I
Hmm.
kind of mean it. I like the Bills, but I really like the Jags. So I think if it
Hmm.
can't be the Eagles, I want it to be the Jags. I actually trust them. This is a solid team getting it done on both sides of the ball. Trust, but only a little. My Eagles.
I was
I hate to
wondering
say
if
it.
you're going to say that.
I hate to say it, man, but they do have some flaws. They can't play offense a lot of the time. So
Hmm.
I trust them, but I
I would have put them more in the third category, but that's just me.
you're lying to yourself if this team does not if you think this team has a chance. For that, man, I gotta go with the Packers. I think the loss of Micah is huge. I
Hmm.
really don't trust Jordan Love yet in those big games, and I really feel like the offense can dry up at times, and especially in these big games. So I just don't trust the Packers. They kind of limped in. I think they lost four in a row coming into the playoffs, so they're just not playing great football coming in.
Yeah.
I think they're probably done quick,
And I think that's
especially
more,
since oh, sorry, especially since they're on the road every week.
yeah. And I think that's more telling coming down the stretch. That's why I feel like, the Panthers are kind of one and done. Same with either the Packers or the Bears. Like they weren't playing the best football down the stretch, right?
Yeah,
And then even if you look at the Bills, like they were kind of meh, like the last few games of the year. So it'll
yeah.
be interesting to see how some of these teams shape up. So why don't we jump right into it then? Because it's Wildcard Weekend, baby.
Yes, it is. Fuck yes, best time of the year, buddy. NFL
Time to
playoffs are
get.
here.
I know some of the
Woo!
best playoffs you're going to watch, probably outside of hockey. And let's start with the Saturday games.
I love
4:30.
and I love that they do this. I love that you can watch one game at a time, right? They don't have a bunch of
Yep.
games all Sunday and you have to pick which one you want to watch. It's one at a time. You get to watch every single game. Fuck yes.
Just don't even. My phone is going on DND. Do
That's
not
it.
disturb.
Airplane mode. Yeah.
Heather, go do all the plans you want. I actually joked with her. She's like, "Do you mind if I go out for lunch with my friend or in the morning and hang out with this person?" I'm like,
You're
you
like, I
can
would
go out
love
all
that.
fucking day if you
Yeah.
want. I
So
don't care.
see ya.
Leave me with the boy. We're gonna watch football.
Hell yeah.
Crush it. So yeah, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. First game of the wild card weekend. We got
Yep.
Rams versus Panthers. And I know the Panthers beat the Rams already this year, but let's be real. It's gonna be a bloodbath coming. The Rams, like I said, stacked. I fully trust them. Stafford turns up another notch once the playoffs hit. They're looking good.
So here's my
Okay,
you said
listen.
it. You said it. The Panthers already beat the Rams this year. So
Yeah.
they've shown that they can. You're right. It very well could be a bloodbath. Probably should be a bloodbath. The Rams should probably destroy them. I don't. I don't trust it. I think the Panthers are going to get frisky. I think that they obviously they're coming in 8 and 9. They
Hmm.
fell ass backwards into a playoff spot. They have nothing to lose. The
Yep.
all the pressure is on the Rams. If you really think about it, the Rams cannot lose this game.
Yep.
They absolutely cannot lose this game. All the pressure is on them. The Panthers, I think, are just going to come in swinging their big. Never mind, swinging free and easy. I think the Panthers are fucking going to surprise. I think they're going to win this game. It's weird.
I hear what you're saying,
It's
and I
weird.
can see why you think it. I counter that with 2 points.
Let's hear it.
They don't have the players that have done it before.
Right?
This team is very new to this kind of environment.
100% right.
Being at
Yeah.
home, probably going to be some nerves.
Yeah.
But my second point, it's very hard to beat a team twice in 1 year.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's
So,
hard to beat a team once in a
yeah.
year. But yeah, so to be able to replicate that, especially against a team of this of caliber, talent, poise, yeah, it's likely
Hmm.
a huge Rams victory. I'm picking the Panthers.
Hey,
I'm picking the Panthers.
here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Now,
What do we want to pick scores? We should pick scores.
we can if you want.
I think we should pick scores.
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna get crazy here. I think the Panthers get this done. I'm gonna go 21-17 Panthers.
Okay. I'm
What do
going
you
to go
think?
24-6 for the Rams. Bloodbath.
Okay, so not like a crazy high scoring game on by the Rams, but defense
No.
shuts down Bryce.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Saturday, buddy, 8 p.m. We've got the 7 seed Packers, 9-7-1 coming in, limping in as well, facing those 2 seed Bears who won the NFC North surprisingly. So, what do you
Hmm.
think? Your
I think it
two
really
teams you
pisses.
hate.
Yeah, I think it really pisses me off that one
Yeah.
of these teams get to go to the next round for no reason. But if uh, if we're being real, Love has been banged up, hasn't really played lately.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, the loss of Mike is devastating for that defense. They haven't looked great since that's happened. I think the Bears are better. Like I do think like they're the number 2 seed.
We're
You
at
can't
that point. The
discount
Bears
it.
are a better team. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they're more healthy. They take away the ball more. They have an offense that can actually move the ball, spread the ball around. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I think
And
I think
they're
the
coming
Bears are
in
better.
playing just better football at the moment, right? This is a what have you done for me lately league. And I
Yep.
think obviously they lost their last week. They're coming into the playoffs. But the Packers have lost four in a row coming in. So
Yep.
yeah, I think this favors the Bears for sure. What do you think for score?
I'll say 16-14 Bears.
Oh, a weirdly kind of low scoring stuck in the mud game. Okay.
Yep.
I think we go the other way with it. I think the offenses wake up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go
Woo.
34 to 26 for the Bears.
I just haven't seen what the weather's going to be like in Chicago Saturday night, but that could play a
Crisp,
factor.
a
But
little bit of snow on the field, perfect conditions.
perfect football weather.
Hell yeah, buddy.
But then, dude, so only the two games on the Saturday.
Yep,
Then we're treated to a triple header Sunday, kicking it off with probably the best game of the slate:
baby.
Bills versus Jags. This is going to be interesting. 12-5 versus 13-4. And you like the Jags. I like the Bills. It's going to be a close game, I think.
This is it's unfortunate. I kind of wanted the Bills to get the 5 seed or fall to the 7. So I'm having some fucking headset issues here. I wanted I think these are the two best teams in the AFC,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate that one of them has to go out first round. I think unfortunately it will be the Bills. Jags are coming in so hot, man. They've won 8 in a row. Um, something like what was I reading? 8 game win streak that they're on. They've outscored their opponents by a score of 269 to 116. Holy shit.
I
That's
didn't really realize that that's what they were doing.
that's like a plus 150 differential in points over the last 8 games. That's stupid.
That is
Um,
pretty nuts.
and they beat like I think like obviously the Patriots and Broncos finished with a 1 game better record.
Mm-hmm.
They had much softer schedules.
Oh, yeah.
The Jags have been through it, man. Like the Jags have played. Um,
Which is weird because didn't the Jags finish? No, they didn't finish last in their division, but they were second last in their division last year.
they've got wins this year against like, pretty convincing wins against the Texans, playoff team, the Niners, a playoff team, the Chiefs back at near the start of the year when the Chiefs were still good, coming off their Super Bowl appearance. The Chargers, a playoff team, 2 wins against the Colts, who by for all intents and purposes were probably the best team in the NFL through the first 10 weeks of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and the Broncos, number one seed in the AFC.
Yep.
Jags have beat them too. So
Nice.
they've had a tough schedule to get to 13-4, and they look
Yeah.
stupid good. So I'm gonna say they beat the Bills. This is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be the best game of the week. It sucks that it's at 1 o'clock. But I mean it's the only game on, so obviously we're gonna watch it. I think. What do I think? I think, man, it's gonna be like the Bills defense is gonna get pumped. I think it's gonna be like 42. Josh Allen will keep it competitive, and it's gonna be like 42 to 30 for the Jags. It'll be like a
Oof.
two. Yeah,
See, I do think it's going to be high scoring, but I think it's going to be 34-31. Bills win on a last minute field goal.
on the road in Duval County.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, solid. Okay. Well, I think we're definitely gonna agree here. The Eagles are winning.
Oh, are we?
Sunday 4:30, the 6 seed Niners come into Philly, into the link to play my Eagles, the 3 seed, and I did not want to see this team, but you know what? The 49ers defense is quite banged up at the moment, so maybe it's kind of a blessing in disguise. So, who do you think is gonna win this one, buddy?
You want to know?
Yeah, of course. I know you're gonna say the Niners now after
Yeah, and I
reading
mean, and
stats.
I'm not even saying it to be a dick. I think
Yeah.
the worst thing that could have happened to the Eagles was the way that the offense performed against the Seahawks last week for the 49ers, because they're going to be embarrassed about how that went.
Okay.
And I don't think you're really going to see two down games from CMC in a row.
I mean, I think we've got a pretty pretty much a very similar defense to Seattle's though.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we could probably shut them down.
It'll be hard to tell. I think CMC is going to do his damage in the receiving game, not so much the rushing. But I don't anticipate this one being very high scoring.
No, no, I think it'll probably be a defensive battle for sure. But we're getting some huge bodies back that we needed, especially on defense. Nakobe Dean, been an unbelievable linebacker for us this year. So and last year, obviously, in the Super Bowl season. So good to have him back for playoffs. Lane Johnson, probably the biggest piece we're getting back.
Oh,
on the
nice.
right side of our offensive line. He's back good to go for the playoffs, and our run game depends on him. Well, our entire offense depends on that O line, mainly him. So huge
I want
piece
to
of it
ask
back.
though, what's the deal with Boo and Cooper DeJean this year? Hasn't he been getting booed? I don't know. I
Dude,
read that the other day. It's like somebody posted that it was despicable that he's been getting booed.
dude, I'm gonna let you remember who you were before you ask me this question. What's his first name?
Cooper,
What would people probably call him for short?
Coop, obviously.
Coop.
No, I know that. I know
He's
what
not getting
they chant
booed.
from. I don't know. I just read it. I'm just asking you.
No, he's not getting booed. He's
If
getting
it,
cooped.
uh, okay, well that's fair. I mean,
He's been.
I'm going by what I read.
Oh, okay, okay. I don't know where you're reading that, but no, he's been really good.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see anything that proved otherwise. Like I didn't think he had a terrible year. That's why I was
No, he's been
confused. That's why I was
good.
asking you why people were booing him.
I know, I'm just being a dick.
Okay. But
Um,
no, I know the Coop chant for sure.
okay. I know, I was
But
just being an asshole, but
well, let's
no,
move on. I
he's had
think
a
it's
pretty good
going to
year.
be if this game caps 40 points total, I'd be surprised, but it'll be right there. I think it's going to be like 16-13 49ers.
The Eagles are like known for being in weird scoring games. I think it's going to be like 18-11 for the Eagles. There'll be like a safety
11.
in there or like
I
a
say,
missed
how the
it.
hell do you even get to 11? I guess it would be a touchdown. No, three
Touchdown
field
and
goals and a safety.
touchdown and a 2 point conversion, and then a field goal would get you to 11.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I think I'm
So
gonna
that
go
means
eight.
the Eagles aren't scoring until like late, or the San Fran's not scoring until late.
Yeah, it'll be like 3-0 at halftime.
Gross.
Just gross. Yeah, that's the Sunday 4:30. I'm going. Yeah, Eagles 18-11. So,
That's okay. I could use a little nap before the night game.
a little recoup after three solid games so far. Yeah. So Sunday night, like you were saying, 8 p.m. prime time. We got the 7 seed Chargers. They're going into New England to face the AFC East champion New England Patriots. This one, I think this could be in the running for game of the week too. This one's gonna be really good.
I do too. And what's interesting about this one is you got two quarterbacks that love to sling it,
Yeah.
but you also have two really good defensive
Oh yeah.
secondaries where going downfield might be difficult. And if you stack up the run games too, they're pretty equal too. So this is gonna be one of these games, like it's gonna come down to like who can turn over the ball less and just manage the clock. Like I think you're gonna see a lot of run game,
Yeah.
long drives where the other team's not gonna get a chance to get the ball for until like half the quarter's over,
Mhm.
right? And maybe a lot of these drives end in field goals.
I think it's going to be one of those games where it's not like super high scoring. The offenses will be good, and it's not going to be super low scoring, but the defenses will be good, right? It'll be like a 24-17 type of thing. Actually, that might be the score that I go with. I think the Patriots are going to win this game at home, 24-17. I think, and it's funny, um, the Patriots went unbeaten on the road this year. They went 8-0 on the road this year. They were actually 6-3 at home, so they're actually quite a bit worse at home.
Mhm.
But I think I think Vrabel's going to have them fired up. I think Drake's ready to go, take that next step, and I really think this team has a lot of poise. Just the whole team is feeling really good. Good vibes in New England right now going in. Chargers
Yeah.
maybe not so much. I think they've kind of been struggling here a little bit lately. So
Yep. I like the Pats in this one too.
yeah, what's your score?
21-14.
Nice. Okay, so right around the same. You're thinking like
Yeah.
offenses will do some nice things, defenses will make some plays.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Okay, so buddy, we got the Monday nighter, the 5 seed Texans. They're going into Pittsburgh to play those fucking Pittsburgh Steelers, who get the 4 seed. They kind of fall ass backwards into a playoff spot, like we said. But yeah, so what do you think? The Texans and the Steelers Monday night. Should this be the Monday night game? And what are you
No.
going to see from it?
I don't think it should be the Monday night
No,
game.
they should not.
I don't think they should have a Monday night game in the playoffs regardless. Like
I agree.
this could have been put at 1 o'clock on Saturday and nobody would have really cared.
Yeah.
But I do think that a lot of people think it's going to be a bloodbath. I can see why they think that, but I think that this game might be a little closer than we anticipate just because both defenses are pretty good. But I do think that when you have Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson rushing from those edges and a not so mobile quarterback,
Yeah.
we might see an old man die on Monday night.
This Texans defense is no fucking joke, man. They get after it. They are
Oh yeah.
scary, scary good. It's between them, probably them and the Jags for the best second half defense of this season so far. So, but the Texans, I think, will win this game. I know you do too. I don't even think it'll be close. It's like, yeah, you're right. Why didn't they put this Saturday at 1?
right? I mean,
Or if you have to do a Monday nighter, like Bills Jags probably should be the Monday nighter,
oh
if
yeah,
we're being honest. But
for sure. I would have even mind the Chargers game, Patriots on the Monday night too.
yeah, yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. But yeah, so Texans, Steelers, I think Texans get it done. I think Stroud's gonna have a day. Stroud's gonna have a nice little day.
So sorry, keep your thought going there.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, so for score, I'm thinking let's go let's go 20, let's go 28-13 Texans.
14-6 Texans.
Oh, really low scoring.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're both we finally agree. Well,
It's
we
gonna
agreed
be
on
an
the
ugly
Patriots,
game.
but
It's gonna be an ugly game.
yeah,
Well, let's
yeah.
just be real.
I think it'll be pretty ugly for the Steelers for sure. So
Yeah.
there we go. So yeah, we've got what do we got moving on to the next round? You got Rams, Bears, Bills, Niners, Patriots, and Texans.
Yeah.
I got Panthers, Bears, Jags, Eagles, Patriots, Texans. All right.
Nice. So some sames in there, but some different
Names. We
ones.
picked some scores, so we'll have to keep track of that.
Yeah.
What do we do? You want to do a bracket? Like, do we want to with based on those picks? No,
I mean, Harrison could put that together after.
yeah, true enough.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So that's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Because he could just put a bracket up there.
Oh, with our picks as
Calvo,
they go.
and
Yeah,
then boom.
buddy. Okay. Fuck yeah. Playoff time. I'm so jacked, man. Like, how excited are
Oh,
you to
yeah.
watch playoff football? I know your Lions aren't here. It kind of makes it a little bit sour, but
Yeah,
dude, playoff football is here.
I'd
Is
be
there
so
better?
much more excited if I had a game to look forward to of my team. But you know
Totally.
what?
Yeah.
Like I said, this is the only sport that I will watch every single playoff game
Yeah.
or game for that matter. Like every Sunday, I'm watching everything pretty much if I can.
Yeah.
And there's no shortage of entertainment. There's bound to be upsets. There's bound to be moments that are like, holy shit. And then other games that you're like, why did this team even why do we have to watch them for another week? Steelers.
NFL is the best soap opera that's ever been written.
Right, exactly.
Not that it's written, but you know.
Well, there's times I wonder.
There's definitely times, yeah.
One
But
point I wanted to bring up about the Eagles game. How the hell can the lead official be an Eagles fan and this be allowed? He's from Philly or Pennsylvania. Anyways.
I see no problem with that.
Of course you don't. Fucking guy.
The Eagles are going to win that game, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's reffing. But yeah, okay. So we've talked about our predictions, our picks for Wildcard Weekend. We should move. Let's make our locks. Who are we sure is going to win? Right?
Okay.
I was going to do a Brooksee's Beauties, but I've sucked the Jags dicks enough here this episode. So, yeah, let's get into our locks and dogs, man.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I had a firm grasp on that all year until I rolled the dice a couple times. The Rams screwed me a couple times. You passed me in the record, but if we're keeping
Hell
this
yeah.
going to the playoffs, I think I got a pretty good shot here. So
It's so much harder now that it's playoff time, though.
I
Right?
know.
These are
Well,
all good teams now.
that should be the way it goes, right?
You can't
But-
ride whoever's playing the Titans every week anymore.
right. Last week, I took the Jaguars, moved my record to 13-4. Very respectable.
Very respectable. Just like their record this year.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I'm going to take the Texans to beat the Steelers because I know I said it might be a lot closer than people anticipate, but I still think the Texans are a far better team all
It's a
around.
solid lock. There's no way they lose that game. I won the locks record. 14-3, buddy. Give it up.
Hey, it's not over yet.
Standing
No,
O.
no,
Let's
no,
go.
no.
I'll give
It's
you
not
time.
over.
I'll give you. Yeah, you're right. All right, we're gonna go
We're
through the
riding
playoffs.
this into
Here.
the playoffs. It's not over yet.
That's right. All right, we'll keep it going.
I'll leave it to you to count your chickens before they hatch.
I took the Patriots last week. They stomped, so I go to 14-3 through the regular season. So keeping it going in the playoffs. I'm gonna get a little bit daring here. I trust my Eagles to get it done, so I'm gonna pick them to win over the 49ers. Lock it in. Going to 15-3. I got to do it. I got to get ballsy.
Tied after this week. Sweet.
I got to represent. I got to put that energy out there. If I'm sure that they'll win, they're going to watch this and they're going to, okay, yeah, we got to fucking win this for Brooksy, right?
We'll see. One thing that made me laugh though is last week we both took dog picks in meaningless games. you needed a favor, so you rode my Lions. They did you the favor. They beat the Bears, who are seemingly the best, and I'll put that in quotations,
Yeah,
team in the NFC North this
even though you
year.
beat them twice.
We beat them twice. Couldn't beat anybody else in the division, but we beat them twice.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. Moving your dog record to 13-4. Who are
How
you?
respectable is that after 18,
Okay,
17?
okay. I would say that's more respectable than the locks, to be honest, because it's so much harder to pick the dogs unless you're picking a team that's probably supposed to be the favorite because they're the higher seed all the time,
Yeah.
and then somehow in a pick game. And yeah, I'm going there. Who are you
Actually,
taking as your dog?
hold on, hold on. We gotta update these records because I did not update these. That's an 18 weeks season.
Oh, yes, correct.
So I went to 15-3 for my locks. I went to 14. We'll get Harrison to do this in real time so we look like fucking geniuses. I went to 14-4 with my dogs. How awesome is that? What a respectable record. Um, I got I gotta rub it in every chance I get. You went to 14-4 with your locks, so that was
Hmm.
wicked. And like you said, when you were like 4-10, right? I think you were at 4-10 with your dogs, and you've reeled off a little 4-week win streak here. So
Here
eight
we
and ten,
go.
respectable record finish with your dogs, buddy.
Not bad.
With that Browns getting it done over the Bengals last week. So,
Hmm.
who are you going with your dog this week? First week of the playoffs.
Well, I think this is a little spicy because you took the Eagles as your lock.
Yeah,
I'm going to take the 49ers as my dog.
going anti-hero with it. Hey, okay.
No,
Um,
I'm not Taylor Swift.
I mean, that was weird that that's the first thing that popped into your brain,
I
though.
don't know. Doesn't she have some song about the anti-hero? I don't know.
I think so. I don't. Why is that the first thing that
Oh,
comes to
don't act like you don't know. Fucking guy. You've been bumping
my
Taylor
favorite.
Swift.
It's my favorite fucking song. Sorry. Uh, 49ers
It's
over
your
the Eagles.
theme song.
I will say 49ers I don't like it, but I respect it.
Fair
It's a
enough.
solid. It's a solid pick considering that maybe it is weird that they're the underdogs coming in. I guess Eagles are favored because they're at home
Yeah,
and defending
that's fine.
champs. Okay, so dogs, buddy. Lions got it done for me last week. I'm gonna go. I gotta Jaguars. I gotta keep
Oh,
riding this train.
shocking.
I
The
gotta
higher
keep riding.
seed underdog once again somehow.
I gotta keep riding this train that's been so good for me all year. Ride this team that should not be the underdog, but somehow they are.
Yeah, you're riding something, but it ain't the team, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Jags get it done versus the Bills. I'm locking it in as my dog. So fuck yeah, we got our picks in. I cannot wait, man. This is best time. I don't know how many times I can say it until it resonates with all of you out there, Bravonians. Best time of the fucking year. NFL playoffs. Let's
Right?
go, baby.
Right. Well, and with that being said, yes, Bravonians, that is it. The regular season's over. It doesn't matter if you were 15-2, 9-8. The whole records get wiped out. Everyone's 0-0, and it all comes down to 1 week. When you go on, you lose, pack your bags, you're going home. This is where legends are made. NFL playoffs.
I've been saying a couple of to a couple people here and there. I wouldn't mind if the NFL went to a best 2 out of 3 scenario in the playoffs because the whole one and done. Like if you have one bad week, it erases an amazing season, right? But
Mhm.
that adds to the drama, and that is maybe why the NFL is so excited come playoff time, right? Just the
Yeah.
the one and done nature of it. Like you got to be at your best every fucking game. So
I see your point, and I want to raise you a different point because I think this would make things super interesting.
yeah,
Because I feel like teams tank all the time. Like we have 1-0 win teams sometimes, 1-win teams, 2-win teams, etc. Have the toilet bowl. Your first
agreed.
14 teams get in, everyone else, even if you want to expand it to 8-8. So half the league is in the console, half the league is in the championship. Let the console duke it out for the first pick. That'd
I
be
love it.
sweet.
That
Not
would
only
be
do we get more football, but now teams actually have something to play for, even
and
though,
another reason to play for. Exactly, it's exciting as hell. Agreed. I'm on board.
all right, I'm sending it to Roger.
All right, man. Okay, so let's wrap it for this week. It's been fun as hell.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for this weekend to watch all these games, and then to be back here next week and fucking unpack it all with you and talk about the divisional round. So, what do you say we
Absolutely.
call it a week?
Hey, let's do it. And if you've been here and you enjoyed it, again, hit the like button, tell your friends. We want to grow this as much as possible. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the content all year long. Only going to get better as we hit the playoffs. Less to talk about, but we can expand on some points more so that way you're not getting these hour and 20 episodes all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, if your team's still in the playoffs, try not to stress too much this weekend. Have a great time with it. Enjoy the ride. And for Brooksee, I'm Calvo. See you next week.
See ya.